G'day everyone, Tom here. Today I'm going to give you a presentation on the Yangtze River in China. Global map. Where the red location is marked is where the river ends in Shanghai. Where the black circle is where the river starts in Kunlun mountain range. As you can see in the picture, it is a very long river and more than 70% of China's population relies on this river. Regional map. Here is a regional map. It shows the start and end of this location and gives a little insight of the topography as the river flows in an easterly direction. It has little or more detail compared to a global map, considering that it is more focused in on the river meandering through its way through China. Local map. Here we see a local map of the Yangtze River ending. We can see the mouth of the river and the delta forming right at the end. The picture gives us a very detailed insight of what the river looks like. Due to this, we can see the geographic river terms coming into lay, especially at the mouth of the river. As you can see labelled at the end of the river, a delta has formed due to all the sediment has been transported down the river. As an observer, we can also see that there has been 3 different channels that have been formed over time. This allows the water to flow into the ocean. The reason behind having 3 different channels within is because of water force is very weak, and at the end of the river, the water is finding its way to the end of the ocean in the easiest way. By looking at the picture, we can see that the water has chosen these 3 channels because the ground is low in that specific area. Length of river. Looking at the following picture, we can see the sheer size of the river compared to the Yellow River. This puts the other river into perspective and gives the size of the river in a different way. The Yangtze River is the largest river in Asia and the 3rd largest in the world. It flows for 6,300 kilometers through the middle of China. The river runs in an east direction before emptying at Shanghai in the East China Sea. The river is the longest in the world to flow entirely through one country. It drains 1/5 of the land area into People's Republic of China, and its river basin is home to 1/3 of the country's population. The Yangtze River is also one of the biggest rivers by discharge volume in the world. Discharge and tributaries. As we can see in this picture, there are a lot of tributaries within the area. The Yangtze River discharges 1,650,000 megaliters of water per year, with a massive 33 tributaries flowing into it. The discharge is at such great number because of the amount of tributaries flowing into it. Erosion. Over the past 50 years, the erosion of the Yangtze River has increased rapidly. This is because they have created so many dams and storage holes so that they can store the water in desperate times. By having water catchments along the river means that the water level in the river can change rapidly. What is causing the erosion to occur is when all the catchments all open at the same time and there is large volumes of water flowing down the river, causing the banks to erode because it can't withstand the pressure of the rising water level. The following picture is a classic example of what has happened. As you can see, in 1987, the river was a normal looking river with no erosion. Since then, because so many catchments have been built, erosion has played a significant part in 19 years. As you can see in the other 2 photos how much effect the erosion has had on the river system. Uses of the river. As established before, the Yangtze River is responsible for 70% of China's water. The river is used in many different ways, such as agriculture, house water, waste, transport, goods or people, and energy created by a force of water. On a broader scale, the following picture shows the area of which people live in the Yangtze River is water supplied to. Just like any other river, there are many perceptions and conflicts in that they have the right to do what to suit their own well-being and damage somebody else's. For example, somebody depositing their waste in a river and floating downstream, affecting somebody down the river who needs to use the water for their own purposes to suit their well-being as well. Management of the river. The Changjiang Water Resource Commission has a complete control of the river. As you can see in this slide, they make rules and regulations. Over the past 10 years that the Commission has brought out rules and regulations so that people don't overuse the river to take up more water than they need. They have also put in 3 rules so that they can optimize protection of water use projects to generate multiple benefits covering flood control, drought relief, hydropower, irrigation, navigation, and river ecology. More importantly, the Changjiang Water Resource Commission also deals with conflicts within the Yangtze River area to create the best possible outcome for both arguing sides. This usually occurs when somebody is taking water illegally without a water allocation. River conflicts. The Yangtze River is 90% polluted. The statistic has left many people without fresh drinking water, cleaning water, and everyday water usage. Of course, it wouldn't be one person polluting the entire river. It is everyone. The Changjiang Water Resource Commission is well aware of the rapid growing problem. As we now know, China is a very heavily populated country. With the number of newcomers within the country, the parents and the Water Commission need to make them aware of this problem and educate them on how pollution occurs and how to stop it. Other organizations like the WWF are in partnership with the Changjiang Water Resource Commission to overcome the problem. As you can see in the picture, a local community member is cleaning up his own area so that he can use his water to water his crops. Use it for house and other everyday water needs as well. Local boats are also giving a helping hand by towing a floating sausage-like device so that it picks up all the rubbish and oils on the top of the river's surface. Sustainability. As you know, the Yangtze River is 90% polluted. The river is far from sustainable, but the Changjiang Water Resource Commission is out to change it. To make the river system sustainable, they obviously need to stop polluting and clean it up. Everybody is well aware of the pollution, but the Chinese still continue to pollute it. Individuals and small groups are doing their part to make the river sustainable by not polluting in it and removing the human waste from the river. The Chinese government has enforced a National Green Day. This is where everyone stays as green as they can by cleaning up rivers, environments, saving power, and not polluting. By making the river as green and sustainable, the Chinese government have made 3 gorgeous projects, TGP, water energy towers, which are a wheel consistently spinning around to create energy that can be used in eastern China. Thanks for listening.